Hello and welcome back to my channel. Since hot summer days are having their skies clear with no chances of rain, I'm taking advantage of it and I'm getting out of town again. To be honest, today's destination has been chosen last night. As I was checking up the weather apps, I thought it would be a missed opportunity not to ride some more, and in search of a destination I found some pictures of this location that made me interested to see it live. Interestingly enough, on pretty much every route you take off from Bucharest onward to whatever cardinal point you want, you'll find a little city or a valley hiding some more or less known attractions, all with their stories and touristical significations. If it's a castle, some museums, some muddy volcanoes, a memorial house, or even if it's just a ride for the road itself and the views it has to offer, I never thought you could find so many attractions into the flat area between the Danube and the Carpathian Mountains. This time I was southbound. The ride did not take a lot of time and the roads were not extremely crowded.
Hey, I just got here and welcome to another what's gonna be pretty short video, I guess, because I took a trip an hour and a half from Bucharest. I'm close by to Campina and I'm gonna visit what looks like a castle. I wanted to look at this, I wanted to visit this just because I've seen some interesting iconography on the building. The building is looking like a castle. It's definitely a lot smaller, but I think due to the iconography and the history around it, that's going to be very interesting. So stick with me. Let's see the Iulia Hasdeu castle.
So you arrive here, you gotta see the sign for the school, and they have a parking lot right here, so really easy. And this is the castle. Let's try to visit it. So apparently this one has been recently renovated, so this is how it looks. Nice gate and front of it. Interesting. See if we can take some shots inside, although I don't know because I'm seeing the sign with no photography, so let's see. Okay, let's start with the beginning because there's so much to say about these places. First of all, I entered the castle/temple on a small door on the right front side of it. The ticket was the equivalent of €3 or $3 US. The place is kept in pristine conditions. I have not looked it up enough online to see that other filmed and took pictures here, but because I kept seeing the no photography signs around, I thought I was not allowed to film either. That's why you'll see some poorly lit and bad angles footage from the 360 camera I forgot open and casually kept it in hand just for a while I was visiting. You are given an audio device at the entrance that has keys. Minimal instructions on how to use it is enough. You'll find numbers on all the important objects in the rooms. Typing those numbers in the audio device will tell you the story of the object, how it got there, and what it represents. The place is not big enough to go from one room to another listening to the stories that audio device has to say, so I went in a circle on and on through the rooms just to hear the captivating stories on the place. Stories I unfortunately can't say here. I'll try to summarize. You've seen the inscription 2nd of July on the front of the castle. It refers to the two Julies that Bogdan Petricecu Hasdeu has, the wife and the only daughter. He loved so much he raised this place in her honor. Iulia Hasdeu was a Romanian poet, the daughter of the writer and philologist Bogdan Petricecu Hasdeu. From a very young age, Hasdeu wrote poems and prose in both Romanian and French, taught herself foreign languages, and studied piano and opera singing. At the age of 6, she wrote her study of the life and work of Michael the Brave. Fluent in French, English, and German, she graduated from primary school at age 8, and at 11 she completed piano and classical singing at Sant Sava Gymnasium and the Bucharest Conservatory of Music. In 1881, her mother accompanied her to Paris, where she entered Savigny College and passed the baccalaureate exam in 1886. Hasdeu enrolled at the Faculty of Letters and Philosophy at Sorbonne University and attended courses at the École de Hautes Études School of Higher Studies in Paris. While preparing her doctoral thesis, Hasdeu contracted tuberculosis in Paris. After undergoing treatments in France, Italy, and Switzerland, she returned to Bucharest, where she died on the 29th September 1888 and was buried at Belu Cemetery. Bogdan Petricecu Hasdeu built her a temple in the family vault there. Her father dedicated the rest of his life to publishing her works and memories such as Bourgeon de l'Avril, Fantasies and Rêves, Chevalerie, Confidence and Camps and Theatres, Legend and Contes, works which were published in French and Romanian. In her memory, he also built the Iulia Hasdeu Castle in Campina, with the spiritual guidance of his daughter, with whom he supposedly communicated until the end of his life. Now that was for some context. Now, the Iulia Hasdeu Castle is a folly built in the form of a small castle by historian and politician Bogdan Petricecu Hasdeu in the city of Campina, Romania. Work on it began in 1893 after Hasdeu's daughter Iulia Hasdeu died at the age of 19, an event that dramatically shook Hasdeu's life. He claimed that his late daughter provided the plans for building the castle during sessions of spiritism. The building was completed in 1896. The castle, which needed a lot of repair even when Hasdeu was alive, was affected by the First World War, and in 1924 the People's Athenaeum in Campina, Bogdan Petricecu Hasdeu, tried to take it for restoration. The castle was affected again by the Second World War and stayed in a damaged state until 1955, when its name was written in the listing of historical monuments. Since 1994, the Iulia Hasdeu Castle has housed the Bogdan Petricecu Hasdeu Memorial Museum, which displays furniture and personal belongings of the Hasdeu family, including photos, original documents, manuscripts, Hasdeu's reviews, and pictures made by Nicolae Grigorescu and Sava Henția. The rooms of the castle. The first room was where Iulia Hasdeu, the wife of the writer, was receiving guests. You've seen her bust sculpture right at the reception. The living room, with the family portraits painted in medallions on the walls. The temple, the highest tower with parallel mirrors, and the altar. In the middle of the tower, iron-made stairs take you to a statue of Jesus sculpted by Raphael Casciani. The earthquakes and human ignorance affected the castle many times, but it's said that this statue was never touched. From here, you can see the three rooms, red one, blue one, and green one, colored by stained glass. The office where Bogdan Petricecu Hasdeu was working, a room dedicated to Iulia Hasdeu where we can see her doll, a sculpture of her, her journal and her math notebook, the obscure room, where the spiritism sessions were taking place, which has a stone dove, an astronomical lens, and some other objects. Broken down by the idea that his smart and beautiful daughter is no longer alive, Bogdan Petricecu Hasdeu could not accept the thought. 6 months from her death, while he was at the writing table, according to his confession in Sic Cognito, the way I think, he felt how he loses the control of his writing hand, which, with some swift moves, left a message in French on the paper in front of it. The message was saying, Je suis heureuse, je t'aime, nous nous reverrons, cela doit te suffire. Julie Hasdeu. I am happy, I love you, we will see each other soon, this should be enough for you. Iulia Hasdeu. That's how spiritism got into the life of Bogdan Petricecu Hasdeu, and we can see the proof of that and the message left that evening in the obscure room of the castle. Inevitable, this place will stir up legends. Locals say you can hear Iulia playing the piano at night while her father proudly applauds. Others say some nights from the window you can hear Bogdan screaming in pain like a wolf's howling. Other locals say they have seen Iulia's figure through the garden holding flowers, and the next day they found those flowers there even though it was not the season for those flowers to grow. The staff of the castle themselves confirm the piano sounds that can be heard sometimes, but more than that, they talk about real facts that they can never explain. The staff notices in the surveillance cameras 3 orbs of light roaming around the basement of the castle. Weirdly enough, there's no light source there to justify the appearance. The spiritism room has objects built by the number 3 rule. 3 chairs with 3 legs, each engraved with the name of the family on 3 lines, the Ouija table, the photo camera, and some photos taken during some sessions. The hole in the wall, perfectly round, making the connection with the temple, has probably the biggest importance in the castle. Witnesses were saying that during the sessions, the spirit of Iulia was appearing through this hole in the wall, in the obscure room. I asked why every door and window has mirrors facing outside when closed, and the guy there tells me that so that impure light from the outside to get in and purify entering, although that's happening if you keep them open and parallel, mirroring themselves rather than closed, blocking the light.
I should put before and after in terms of reactions before visiting the place and after. Weird, strange. I mean, the history of it is
Interesting. Of course, death, drama, and stuff like that, like always, like you can see everywhere else. But really, the spiritual side and the fact that they did what they did and the practices they were used to, interesting. I mean, a temple in the middle of the house or the castle. I mean, granted, is the whole building looks like a temple, inside even more. But then a chamber for spiritism. I mean, amongst the a lot of places that I'm actually visiting when it comes to historic places, this is one of the most peculiar, with a lot of details known about the history and very interesting in that. So yeah, definitely worth seeing, I guess. Another thing I noticed about this place, I mean, I understand it was renovated not too long ago, but the amount of video cameras and surveillance around here, damn, interesting, at least. Yeah, beautiful, interesting, something to visit, something to do in a Sunday afternoon. I'm going back to Bucharest now. We should see what other activities I'm gonna engage into. For now, I'm gonna look for a gas station, put some gas, maybe eat something, drink some water, continue my trip to back to Bucharest. They have a small kind of a garden with a couple of trees and a couple of benches behind the house. Everything looks aired out and you know, quite simply nice and relaxing. I like it. I really like it. The day is beautiful. I don't know what to say, man. I'm still overwhelmed by the ton of information that I got through that audio device about this castle. Yeah, I randomly picked it up last night. I looked at how much I have to ride up to here, and I said, okay, let's visit. And I guess it's worth it. Really interesting.
Okay, I found another monument along the way, and I'm gonna try to visit it or see it or something like that. Let's go. We're here. Let's see it. we are not gonna spend a lot of time in this part. I mean, I just came here, I want to take a tour of the monument, see it, and go back home and document myself about why it's here, what it represents. Pretty clear, clean, no one here. I see people stopping, but I'm not sure they came to visit or something. But yeah, that's the monument, the Aurel Vlaicu monument. Let's continue our ride to the closest gas station. Okay, let's look for a gas station close by. Let's see which one is the closest. Okay, mall. Recently viewed, less crowded than the usual. Not too far. Directions, and we have 6 minutes. Great. I can't wait to eat something, more to drink something because I'm parched. Alright, here we go. I need my energy if I want to cross the highway again from Ploiești to Bucharest. It's very hot outside. Let's go. I need some wet wipes as well. I need to clean my visor. I don't have any, but I'm gonna buy from the next gas station. Let me put my gloves. The gloves I won in the last longest beard for a biker competition in Turnul Măgurele, I guess. Go see that video. That was exciting, full of adventure. I guess, well, at least for me, because I'm not used to get stranded in the middle of the road. But it is a risk biker's take. All right. All right. Let's go. Today, of course, the road is good and the sun is up, clear sky, no rain, beautiful. Let's go.
slushy. A lot of bikes around here. A lot of bikes. Anyway, it was a beautiful day. I wish I can say that it's going to continue to be, but I don't know, because check this out. It looks like rain is coming over and I have to hurry up. But I gotta finish my slushy though, alright? That's it for today. I'm in Bucharest, right here. That was a nice trip. I enjoyed the sunny days, no rain, luckily. And the destination was interesting too. So, well, see you next time.